Hello and thank you for joining us. This is the news on NTA International. I am Lami Ali. The headlines. President Buhari appreciates Doctors Without Borders for sacrifices in conflict areas in Nigeria. National workshop on repositioning Muslim family ends. First Lady Aisha Buhari advocates safeguarding values for national development. Plus, Nigeria joins the world to mark Mother Language Day with focus on language without borders. And now the details. Nigeria has expressed formal appreciation to Médecins Sans Frontières, otherwise referred to as Doctors Without Borders, for their sacrifices in the nation's areas of conflict. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this while receiving in audience the international president of the organization, Dr. Christos Christou, on a courtesy visit. State House correspondent Adamusambu has the details.
An independent medical humanitarian organization, Doctors Without Borders, have been active in Nigeria since 1996, delivering emergency aid to people affected by armed conflicts, epidemics, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare. President Muhammadu Buhari said the sacrifices being made by members as individuals and as a group are quite enormous, especially on non-profit basis.
People have come to know, accept and respect you for the sacrifices you are making as individuals and as a group. We remain grateful for the efforts you are making. And I assure you that we will try and secure the environment to allow you to do your job. You know your job is not for materialism, it's a question of conscience.
Commenting on the situation in the Northeast, the president said, despite criticisms, substantial progress has been made by government in discharging its responsibilities.
You are one of our witnesses that this administration has made some efforts and there have been some successes. In fact, that is the reason why we have this new Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, to make sure that resources are properly guided and accounted for, and that NGOs that come to help us can be properly directed and their work will be fully appreciated.
President Buhari promised that respite and succor would come to all the troubled areas, especially now that many prominent and well-to-do organizations are also involved, along with international agencies. The international president of Médecins Sans Frontières, Dr. Christos Christou, had told the president that Doctors Without Borders works in 10 states across Nigeria and adheres strictly to, amongst others, the principles of independence, impartiality, and neutrality.
We have delivered many thousands of babies. We have treated people for endemic health issues, for neglected diseases like Noma, and for emergency ones like Lassa fever. I have found much to be proud of. It's not about the money, it's not about the numbers. It is about every human being treated and every new life delivered as a cause of hope.
Médecins Sans Frontières has a budget of 17.7 billion naira for its humanitarian services in the year 2020. It has a staff strength of 3,000, of which 90% Nigerians. From the State House, Adamusambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government has promised more investment in agriculture as a deliberate attempt not only to make farming a truly income-generating business, but also sustain the upward trajectory in Nigeria's economic well-being. President Muhammadu Buhari made the promise at an audience with the Council for New Nigeria initiative led by Senator Abu Ibrahim. Again, State House correspondent Adamusambu brings us the details.
With Nigeria's vast population and arable land, President Muhammadu Buhari said without doubt, agriculture is the way to go. This common sense, he said, informed his administration's decision on coming to power to encourage people to go back to the land. the president described as fulfilling that those who went into farming never regretted it, and the country now saves millions of dollars that would have been expended on food importation. He said at the moment Nigeria is almost self-sufficient in food, hence his directive to the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria not to give even a cent for food importation. President Buhari commended members of the Council for a New Nigeria initiative for volunteering to support his administration by galvanizing the citizenry towards guaranteeing sustainable national growth and development. Leader of the delegation, Senator Abu Ibrahim, said the Council for a New Nigeria initiative has, amongst other objectives, of creating effective synergy between the leaders and the led towards advancing the cause of nation building. The organization, he explained, serves as a platform for, amongst others, promoting the ideals of nationhood and responsible citizenship, as well as stimulating and reorientating the citizenry to become active participants in the Change Nigeria project. The New Nigeria initiative, Senator Abu Ibrahim said, is also committed to alerting government of economic, political and social initiatives that will benefit the citizenry and mobilize support to fight corruption, secure the country, develop infrastructure and bequeath a legacy of positive socio-political change. During the engagement, the council members presented a plan of action in support of government efforts at lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And a one-day national conference on repositioning the Muslim family for national development has ended in Abuja with far-reaching recommendations geared towards safeguarding family values in mitigating marital challenges and societal problems for the overall development of the country. The conference was put together by the Future Assured program of the First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari and the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir has the details.
The one-day national conference on positioning the Muslim family for national development brought together stakeholders from all walks of life, including Islamic scholars, under the auspices of Future Assured program of Aisha Buhari Foundation and the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA. The challenges of marriage, divorce and parenting were some of the topical issues brought to the fore during the conference.
The root of our social problems may lie with the gradual collapse of the institution of marriage. Marriage is the institution responsible for building a family through which the human race is bred. Family is the smallest unit of any society. A broken society is therefore a reflection of broken families within that society.
The First Lady is optimistic that the outcome of the conference will serve as an input to relevant stakeholders in mitigating the challenges of marital crisis as well as al-Majri phenomenon.
It is my hope that outcomes from this important conference will make far-reaching recommendations, especially in the areas of marital responsibilities, frequent divorce and care for children to avoid having future vulnerable children, especially the al-Majris who are being indoctrinated into different sects that are now threatening the security and stability of our society and the nation at large.
Various papers were presented on crises within the family, child abuse among others, on the need to supporting the government to deliver on its mandate for sustainable growth and economic prosperity.
We are fully committed to working with the Supreme Council as well as the Future Assured program to continue these programs. And I sincerely pray that everything that has been said here will be implemented.
We believe that if state governors will also come in, they will buy into this, so that even state governors institute these kinds of marriage counseling.
This is something that we all need to look into. These children are the future of this country.
The document containing useful recommendations is expected to be presented to the authorities for further deliberations and necessary actions for the overall development of the country. From the State House, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has challenged Nigerian youths to embrace digital revolution to add value to their work and improve their economic fortunes. He was speaking in Dutse as the 5th convocation lecture of the Federal University, Jigawa State. The Vice President said the federal government, under the Social Investment Program, is focusing on training thousands of youths to become self-employed and add value to their lives. Today is the International Day of Mother Tongue, celebrated every 21st of February globally. Against this background, Ruth Aguele paid a visit to one of the schools in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to find out how familiar are the children with their mother tongue.
It is the International Day of Mother Tongue. It is set aside to promote multilingualism and also to preserve global heritage. Now, for us as a nation, how well have we preserved heritage, talking about our native languages? Because it is believed that languages are the most powerful instruments used in preserving and developing our tangible and intangible heritage. Now, many experts fear that some of these languages may go extinct if not well preserved, because only a few have genuinely been given a place in the education system. Now, we're here in one of the schools here in the FCT to find out how many of these Nigerian languages are being taught in the school and how well these children know this language.
In Hausa, Biri is a monkey.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kaduna, ma.
Can you speak your own native language?
Yes, ma. Yeah, Jane Shunje. Yeah, Vanu.
What did you just say?
Yeah, Jane Shunje.
I know. What did you say in English? Translate.
Good evening.
Good morning, Igbo is Ibolache or Tutuoma. In good afternoon is Ndeoma.
Good morning, Igala is Saku. Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9. So in what language do your parents communicate with you at home?
They communicate with Igala.
Igala, you understand but you can speak it fluently?
I understand but I cannot speak it friendly.
A lot of people have said the role of the parents is very strong if we must preserve this heritage. If not, where are we headed as a nation?
You know, in the school, we only speak English. But at home, you need to let your child knows where he or she comes from and be familiar with the native, with the culture.
As a country, as a nation, we should put this in our school's curriculum. Let school have Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba in the curriculum so that we'll be able to teach these children. And at home, parents too, be able to teach them where the teachers stop at school.
In Batawa, Southern Nigeria, Danduka Kafina, don't have the cancer, the Nasaranta, Alaite Mekemu.
Bravo, thank you very much. And yes, as we celebrate the International Mother Tongue Day, let us remember to lay the foundation right for this future generation. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NTA News.
Many thanks to you, Ruth. And in the studio to talk more on the Mother Language Day is Ifeanyi Ajigbo, National Professional Officer, Culture, UNESCO. Welcome to NTA International.
Thank you.
Now, if the definition that language is a culture of a people, how can you relate the present-day gradual extinction of mother language, especially here in Nigeria?
Okay, we are talking about language. We are talking about the transferring of an intangible cultural heritage from one generation to another. We are talking about parents teaching their children what their ancestors taught them. But we live in a shrinking world. We live in a world where the predominant languages for commerce, for business, for official pursuits is English, is French, is Spanish, not the traditional languages. So parents would want their children to compete globally. So you find out that where these children do not get this instruction in school and they don't get it at home, these indigenous mother tongues are threatened. They are threatened to the point of extinction.
Now, what is the effect of this trend on national development?
So I didn't get that.
What is the effect of this trend on national development, the extinction of mother language?
We need to understand that meaning is constructed within the realm of language. That means that when we want to transfer meaning from parent to child, from one generation to another, we are talking about language. And then culture is a very, very infusive phenomenon. Culture is the totality of how we live, how we speak, every day today. If language dies, there is a break in transmission of this heritage from one generation to another. There is a need for us to ensure that the indigenous language, the mother tongues of, look at Nigeria. Nigeria has more than 500, at the last count, 450 different ethnic groups and then 450 different languages. Imagine when you have half of this dead. What contribution do we expect from the people who speak this language to national development?
All right. Now, what do we do to sustain mother tongue in our day-to-day interactions, whether at home, schools, and the general society?
First, we need to have them in the curriculum of schools, from basic education to the tertiary institutions. Then, I am also aware that there are institutions in Nigeria like NICO, National Institute for Cultural Orientation, that run language classes. But I know about NICO because of my work. There is not enough awareness among the population that they can go somewhere and learn Igbo, learn Yoruba, learn Hausa, learn Gbagi, learn Buari, and so on and so forth. There is a need to have this as a national policy that language, mother tongues should be taught in schools at all levels.
Okay, now UNESCO is known for engagements in such activities. What is it doing at the moment for the sustenance of mother tongue?
We promote indigenous language learning across 3 sectors. We have that under education, we have that under culture, we have that under communication and information. We also have strategic partnerships with institutions like the National Institute for Cultural Orientation. We promote ICH in education. ICH means intangible cultural heritage. We promote the teaching of heritage using intangible cultural heritage, such as proverbs, such as adages, such as sayings in traditional languages. And then UNESCO has also produced books, produced manuals, produced leading documents on how mother tongues can be taught in schools, can be taught out of school. And then, like I said, we encourage strategic partnerships.
Yeah, we thank you very much for your comments on the mother language day. That was Ifeanyi Ajegbo, the National Program Professional Officer, Culture, UNESCO. You're watching the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. Time now to take a short break. We shall be back with more news in a moment. Please stay with us.
Listen, now today or 4 days when my girls won't come visit me, I need to come go expire.
Oh, but my guys, they can't follow me watch this match. I must not fold the hand.
Babe, what's happening now? Sorry to disappoint you, but my subscription don't expire.
The match is not on my GoTV package.
Now your holla be that. I beg, give me your phone. Make I show you how you go take do it for my GoTV app for your phone.
Life is so much easier with my GoTV app. Make payments, clear error messages, change your package. You can also check your due dates and keep abreast of your payment history. The new My GoTV app is everything you need in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download My GoTV app now from Google Play or App Store to enjoy the easy life. GoTV. Live it, love it.
Many thanks for staying with us. The federal government says it is doing all it can to ensure that Nigerians are not left jobless or I'll take that again. Federal government says it is doing all it can to ensure that no Nigerian is left jobless or suffers as the National Directorate of Employment embarks on new strategies towards improving job opportunities at the grassroots level. Correspondent Aliu Rabi Aliu reports that some of NDE's initiatives have started contributing to the economy under the Special Public Works flagged off in Damboa, Borno State.
Eradicating poverty through providing jobs to youth is among key areas present administration has adopted towards sustainable development. Youth are encouraged to engage in skills acquisition to be gainfully employed and create wealth. In a bid to fulfill the President Muhammadu Buhari's promises for lifting over 100 million people out of poverty in 10 years, the federal government, through National Directorate of Employment, introduced Special Public Works (SPW), where 40,000 transient jobs will be created in 8 selected states. Damboa local government of Borno State is the first place to start benefiting the program, as 1,000 beneficiaries were provided with equipment for transient of farm season jobs, and they will be paid 20,000 naira monthly for the period of 3 months.
The fact that we are straightforward in terms of what we are doing, whatever we said we'll do, we'll definitely do it. And that's the reason why a lot of people are coming to us, even those that we did not expect, from the federal to state up to local government level are here so that they can collaborate with us so that we can move Nigerian youth forward as far as training them and resettling them is concerned.
Among the new initiatives by NDE toward actualizing the tax is women empowerment across the 36 states and Abuja through micro-enterprises enhancement scheme, which aims at generating income for sustainable livelihood and self-reliance. The management of NDE believe that creating jobs at grassroots level is the main goal for the directorate in their 2020, which can enhance rural development and also way forward toward discouraging mass movement of people to urban areas.
Issue of armed robbery, Boko Haram, banditry, and all other social biases you see in this country is because of unemployment. Once you create employment, I assure you, you will not see anybody in the bush maybe looking for something else.
Most of the NDE's beneficiaries believe that skill acquisition is most beneficial that can improve the status of youth and the society. In Abuja, Aliu Rabaliu, NTA News.
Now to housing matters. Towards bridging the housing deficit in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's cardinal objective of provision of affordable houses for workers, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has commissioned some housing units for civil servants in Gombe State. Zara Umar Adamu reports that more than 100 civil servants in Gombe are now proud owners of their houses.
The 150 housing units, comprising 82 units of 2-bedroom detached bungalows and 68 units of 3-bedroom detached bungalows, was constructed as part of efforts between the Federal Mortgage Bank and Gombe State government to address the challenges of houses among Nigerians.
This is the message from the President to expand the opportunities for housing and to grow the economy in a way that includes more people, ordinary people at street level looking for work.
We here are ready to key into whatever program you come with so that we shall project and advance the cause of our people and take the entire people and the state to the next level.
Housing, shelter is the most important thing to the human condition. No matter what we do, no matter how much food we eat, no matter how much wine or water we drink, we have to find this place to rest our head.
Appreciating the effort for the expansion of opportunity for owning a house, the beneficiaries stressed the need for development of other estates. The housing estate was completed since 2018. Zara Umar Adam, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) is changing the trend of its working space through a comprehensive document that traverses the lines of modern broadcast environments with professional manpower for enhanced performance. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that this came to the fore during the inauguration of a 2020 Target Implementation Committee by the NTA Director General Yakubu Ibn Muhammad.
The coast is now clear for the commencement of implementation of the 2020 target designed to be delivered within 10 months. This is coming at a time the management is migrating its services to a more efficient and effective system in the media cycle. Director General of NTA Yakubu Ibn Muhammad explains that the process of overhauling the NTA and redefining the status quo is very critical and urged the committee member to be guided by the document.
Your job officially starts today. You have a very important job and a very important role to play in the advancement of NTA. We cannot afford to remain or to be irrelevant in the current broadcast ecosystem in this country. NTA has always set the pace and we must continue to set the pace.
Chairman of the 9-member committee and Deputy Director News Ayo Adewi says more energy and commitment will be channeled towards the assignment for timely delivery.
Our target is to deliver the vision of the Director General of the NTA and to launch NTA into the global television village.
As a first step measure, the committee took an inspection tour on the main building of NTA, where stocks were taken for immediate work on the structure.
Evolving crucial component in driving trending broadcast policies is what the management of the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) aspire to achieve within the cycle of healthy competitors in the television industry. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
President Faure Gnassingbe of Togo has promised a peaceful conduct as his country holds presidential election in few hours. This is part of the commitment solicited as ECOWAS election observation mission to Togo continued its consultation with stakeholders in the process. Correspondent Musbao Damohab reports from Lome.
Togolese President Faure Gnassingbe received his former counterpart from Sierra Leone, but this time as head of ECOWAS election observation mission to Togo, Ernest Koroma. The reception was warm and the discussion engaging, but right behind closed doors. 30 minutes later, it turned out fruitful as the president assured the mission that necessary preparation regarding logistics and adequate security are in place for a peaceful election.
We have had very useful discussions that we will use to further engage other stakeholders and institutions that are participating in the process. Overall, I think the situation looks good, and we do expect to have a successful elections tomorrow.
President Faure Gnassingbe has been at this presidential palace for the past 15 years, and the newly reinstated constitutional term limits allows him to run for 2 more terms. But then, whether he will succeed for the 4th term or he will be succeeded will be decided by the Togolese electorate this Saturday.
The ECOWAS mission also met with leaderships of the electoral body and the Constitution Court saddled to hear electoral complaints and sanctioning of results to be announced by the electoral umpire. They expressed readiness for the process. Meanwhile, few hours to the election, the atmosphere in the national capital, Lome, remained calm as at the time of filing this report. In Togo, Musbao and Wahab, NT News.
And that's all we have time for on the news at this time on NTA International. Many thanks for being with us. I am Lami Ali.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International.